Why, hello, Cyberdaleks. I didn't notice. Let's get this over with. Hello, Cyberdaleks. I didn't notice you there. Well, I did, because I was wanting to put the camera there. But anyway, today we will be discussing... Well, you won't be talking, because you're just viewing. We will be talking about Doctor Who Christmas specials and why they failed. Well, the first Doctor Who Christmas special was in 2005. Wait, no it wasn't. It was in 1965 with the episode 7 of a really long Doctor Who story which spread over 2 years, which was called the Daleks Master Plan, and it was called The Feast of Stephen. And it was the last Doctor Who episode of 1965, I think, probably. And it was it happened to be broadcast on Christmas Day. The Doctor Who team foresaw this, and they made it sort of Christmassy, with at the end William Hartnell coming up to the camera and saying, "And a Merry Christmas to all of you at home." Well, not actually the weird laugh, but yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, but that was sort of a bit Christmassy, but the Daleks didn't have Christmas hats or anything. But the first proper Christmas episode was in 2005. 2005, this guy, Christopher Eccleston, had a series, of course, and he regenerated. He was regenerated into this guy, David Tennant, as you should know, who I don't really like. Of course, David Tennant's proper first appearance was in 2005 with the Christmas story, The Christmas Invasion. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, it was alright. It was funny. It was funny. That's all I can really say. The plot was alright. We had to have that... What's that woman in? Again, can't remember her name. Don't really care either. It was alright. It was funny. Of course, the Doctor was mainly crazy in it, but he wasn't sort of... He's not Matt Smith crazy. Matt Smith sort of... I mean, David Tennant was sort of deliberate joke crazy. Matt Smith is sort of weird, insane crazy. Tom Baker was cosmic bohemian crazy, which we like. That's the best. Burn in hell. And yeah, so that was the first one. It was alright, but we didn't really get insight into the Doctor's true character. Yeah. The second one, The Runaway Bride, which I have no figures for because I hate that story. It is a rubbish story. 2006 one, yeah, with the first appearance of Donna Noble, and I don't care if she's a good companion. I didn't like the episode. Got a good spidery monster standing there doing nothing, just getting rained upon, and the Doctor getting wet. That sounds wrong. It was just very bad. We don't care about this wedding stuff. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't actually need it. Seriously, we don't need it. We really don't need it. We don't need it. What don't we need? The wedding stuff. That's not what we need. So I didn't like that story. No, I didn't. Very, very poor. 3 out of 10. It's in my top 10 least favourite Doctor Who stories. Anyway, then the next one... Oh yes, the next one was Voyage of the Damned, which I find a very insulting episode because it copied off a brilliant story, The Robots of Death. That story is a brilliant story, terrific. Which had some mystery on who the killer is. These ones, completely obvious, because they say it themselves. Information, you're all going to die. And look, they do look a bit similar. Yeah, I quite like the sort of anti-Christian angel killing things. That's put upon later again in the End of Time, but we go on to that next. So yes, it was alright. Set on the Titanic. It's quite good because a few main characters died, 2 fat people, and Astrid Peth, whatever. Character Kylie Minogue played. Can't remember, but Astrid, I think. Yeah, so it was alright. It had some good moments, and introduced the character of Wilfred Mott. who we like. No, not Mott. I think I can't remember. Wilfred, who surprisingly was also in Doctor Who. Well, not in Doctor Who, but in a Doctor Who film, the second Dalek film, Dalek Invasion of Earth, 2150 AD in 1960. So yes, quite insulting story. Then can I just see how much time we have left? Oh, 5 minutes. Fancy that. The next story was with the Cybermen. And no, not the good Cybermen, but the bad Cybermen. Yes, I hate these Cybermen. They're rubbish. They don't have any independence. They stand around in identical groups going, they've got really stupid voices, annoying, irritating, clunking sounds. They're brutish. They stand in a really stupid way, like, "Hey ladies, we're really buff." That's how they sound. They're absolute idiots. They're all identical. In the classic series, they had an actual threat to them. They had some presence. In these ones, they're all identical, just stomping around, going delete. They're also generic, stupid Robocops with handlebars. They make no sense. They're absolutely awful. I hate them. Why were they ever invented? What were the designers thinking? What was Russell T Davies thinking? The story, of course, I already don't like it because it had these Cybermen, and the next Doctor. I was so excited. I can remember on Christmas Day, I was watching Doctor Who, and the title, The Next Doctor, came, and I was shouting, "It's called The Next Doctor! He regenerates in it!" Because I was really disappointed in in Stolen Earth, where the Doctor started regenerating, and in Journey's End he didn't. Yeah, I think I switched off because of that. Journey's End is a terrible episode anyway, probably the worst. And yeah, you can see I'm quite anti-news series, aren't I? Please don't kick me out for that. The Next Doctor. I didn't mind the sort of memory wiping thing. The Cyberman memory wiping. David Morrissey, not the actor, the character. Some of it was quite funny. Stupid cyber shades, whatever. They're like monkeys. What were they? They were rubbish. The stupid big cyber machine thing stomping through London. Absolutely terrible, really cheesy and crap. I'm glad they cleared it up in the time 13 Stone. Good. So yeah, very bad story. Don't like it. Then we had Tennant's last story, The End of Time, featuring the Master. And no, not good masters, but a bad master, which I don't have a figure of because I don't like him. I don't like his master. I'm not going to go into reasons why. This is about Christmas and why it was ruined by Doctor Who. End of Time, it was actually okay. I have a problem with it though. The stupid thing of the Master, everyone's face turning into the Master, that was absolutely rubbish. Why? What happened to the children? What do they look like? Not thought through. Absolutely stupid. They could just have the minds of the Master, or their heads could just flash into the skull head, like, well, now that would be good. What are we doing for time? Fine. Just showed you an eye there. So it was alright, but, and I'm glad the Time Lords came back, because some certain Russell T Davies killed them off in the Time War, which is sort of a cool legend, but it's annoying. Anyway, what I do, there's a bit I like it where the narrator says, Christmas, a pagan rite. Because it is pagan, that's saying, it's not Christian, because it's not Christian, it's pagan. Christians think it's Christian, but it's not, it's pagan. All pagan. Pagan ritual held not Christian at all, nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ. That's just what Christians think it is. They stole it from the pagans. It's pagans. Thank you, pagans, for Christmas. So let's clear that one out. Very anti-Christian there, sorry. Yeah, so I quite like that bit. It's alright. It's only part 1 though. It's the only new series story which is part 1 and part 2 of. It's not. They're not individually named. Bit odd, but oh well. Then on New Year's Day, 2010. David Tennant always is sort of around the bend of the new year. In 2005, he was at Christmas, and he was on the first day of 2010. It was annoying. What can you do? So, yeah. So he still counts as 2010, which is annoying. So 5 years. 5 whole freaking years. God! That's longer than John Pertwee. He's the second longest running. But John Pertwee actually had good stories and was a good doctor. Anyway, so yeah, and then there was the absolute abomination, one of the worst episodes ever, A Christmas Carol. Hated it, hated it, hated it. Stupid. It's taking a really good story, A Christmas Carol, turning it crap. The flying fish were alright, quite sci-fi, but a bit stupid. Didn't really have anything to do with the story. Stupid love relationship between the Kazaran, what was his name? Kazaran? Not Castellan, Kazaran. Can't remember. Kazaran and that Abigail person. I don't care, she's a bad actress. Stupid, nothing to do with anything really. Hated it, rubbish, don't like it at all. Very poor, stupid. All about love, don't want that in Doctor Who. I predicted it was going to fail. It's like the Curse of the Black Spot. I knew it was going to be bad. So yeah. Of course, this year we have the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. I'm not completely looking forward to it. I might not watch it. I might, but I might not. Who knows? Anyway, so thank you for watching this Cyberdaleks video. See you next time for a review of something.